The year is 2030, and the digital revolution has brought advanced digital identification systems. Governments use more authentication services than ever before. New solutions have made data verification and the use of digital platforms easy. Regional integration once seemed like a dream, but now countries and trading blocs are more integrated than ever. Digital services know no border. It all sounds very desirable, but there is a downside. Inequality is more rampant than ever. The promise of access to technology and connectivity for all never really reached the more remote regions and largely bypassed the poor. Even though the unconnected or underconnected are many, they are underrepresented in government, and there are not enough efforts to close the technology gap. At first, governments were reluctant to use technology, but the demand to use it to tackle inequality pushed for a new generation of public-private partnerships to create the capacity required and make governments more tech-savvy. The private sector started using proprietary platforms and monopolized the provision of government services. At the same time, companies exploited personal information collected through these platforms. Citizens are now divided between those who are connected and have an increasing digital footprint and those who have little or no digital presence. The latter struggle to receive public services, and for them, service standards are lower. Connected citizens live a different reality. Services are more efficient. Most of them, younger on average, argue that privacy has changed and that they do not mind the private sector mining their data if that means more convenience and access to services. Just a small minority of connected citizens are against the role that the private sector has adopted as sole provider of technology to government and how they monetize personal information. Civil society organizations are trying to create awareness, but they have little support and influence. The private sector argues that they use artificial intelligence and that employees don't have access to personal data. Cybercrime has decreased because of standard protocols, including high-level encryption. However, identity theft cases have increased, and the most common victims are the unconnected citizens that barely use their digital identity to interact online. Many voters wonder if the digital revolution improved their lives. Neo-populists promise to bring back simpler and better times, and a new debate on privacy issues surges, as does the need to establish global principles.